Hi there, it's Adam bringing you another video to the channel. We are continuing the 21-22 UK Model Airport series. In this update, it's quite a little bit of quite cargo heavy, as you will notice sort of towards the end of the video at least. Before we get into the update, there's a little bit of news, good news I'd say, and certainly in terms of well, for me and the updates. It's not yet received, but on its way is a Virgin Atlantic A330-300 registration Golf Victor Sierra X-Ray Yankee, which is a model I previously had, which I had the JC Wings version, but this one will actually be the Phoenix version, which I think I probably prefer. I remember, you know, back in the day when I had that JC Wings, I kind of thought, you know, I would have preferred the Phoenix. So yeah, very much welcome to receiving that soon. I reckon that should arrive in the coming week or so. I've already done the schedules for that as well, so alongside the Virgin Atlantic 7879 we've already scheduled in, we'll also have this A330. And again, the schedules don't really impact too much, so I think generally speaking when that comes in and goes out, doesn't affect many other movements in terms of, you know, having to maybe display certain things, or sort of one update maybe have that feature, another update not have that featured. So I think each day generally, you know, that'll fit in alongside what we've already got scheduled. So yeah, it works quite well. I think there's maybe a day where it maybe stays as like a long turnaround or stays overnight or something like that, rather than coming in and going back out. But I think that's similar with the 789, to be honest. Similar kind of concept. But again, you know, if we do need to rotate certain models here and there, then again, you know, it's just part of the system of what we're doing with the schedules, and it'll make it a little bit more diverse in each update as we transition into each day. So it's one of them things. Another side note, I did also acquire another model. Well, first of all, I got I'm sure some of you have probably seen the new EasyJet A320 on Neos on eBay. Registration Golf Uniform Zulu Mike Charlie. I acquired one of them. Yeah, you know, with how many EasyJets have got released now, and sort of in terms of the fleet, you know, I didn't want to sort of hold off. So yeah, I managed to get one of them, which has already arrived, and again that'll be sort of one to rotate with on the schedules with the EasyJets. So may see that soon, or may see it later depending on which one we choose. And another model that I acquired, which is kind of like a spur of the moment type thing, is a 1200 CRJ, 1200 SAS Scandinavian CRJ 900 in the older scheme. Again, not really a model I was looking for, but given the price and everything, I thought, you know what, why not? So again, that's another model that I've received as well. And I think that's kind of more of, you know, kind of being satisfied with the Gemini 200 Air Nostrum CRJ 1000. I think receiving that kind of spurred me on to get the this SAS CRJ 900. So yeah, I did that. Again, spur of the moment. You know, I keep buying 1200 models, European models especially, and I think with the summer coming up, I really want to kind of do something outside. Ultimately, something, you know, as I previously mentioned, I'm sure in other videos, the kind of concept I wanted to do in here, but kind of maybe do it outside, if possible. If not, I might just do sort of maybe like a basic diorama or something outside, and maybe do something with them instead. That'd be more photo based though, I think. It depends on the size of the project, but if it's just a single sort of thing to display single models, can be more photo wise. If I can get away with doing something outside in terms of an actual model airport update, similar size base to this one, 400 scale, but in 1200, then I'll probably certainly look at considering doing videos, certainly. But yeah, that is something for the future. It's not happening yet or anytime soon. And more of a summer project if it is outdoors. Certainly can't be doing that in winter. When it's colder and freezing and messing about doing that. But yeah, it's just ideas that are filtering through. But yeah, we need to get into the actual update on this occasion. So we're starting off with this, sort of trio on this side. Starting off with the EasyJet A320 registration Golf Echo Zulu Oscar Mike. This is returning as U2-886 from Glasgow. So we did that short hop up to Glasgow, and this is it for the time being. And bearing in mind though, we are focusing on a kind of like 9 o'clock period, so it's not a bad time to be coming in and staying for the night. And then arriving, we have this Asian A320 Sierra X-Ray Delta Golf Zulu arriving from Athens as A3608. And originally I did have these schedules at a different time, but the schedules didn't really accommodate for it very well, so rescheduled again based on real world schedules for a better time slot. And yeah, it works better because at least we can actually feature them in a better sense. And then we have the Ryanair based Ryanair UK 737-800, which previously arrived as RK860 from Agadir. Again, positioning quite early in the day at 4:45, just having a few checks and services, and that'll be it until departure in the morning into the Wednesday schedules. If we focus on this far side, this time we have this Qatar Airways 777-200 LR, registration A7 Bravo Echo, arriving from Doha as QR15, and we'll be heading out for departure as QR16. A little bit of research just before the video. This is no longer in service from what I can see. So yeah, withdrawn from use in 2023, I believe. I think it was. So yeah, one that's no longer active in the fleet. Next up, we have a delayed Sri Lankan Airlines AP3300 registration for Romeo Alpha Lima. Heading back out to Colombo as UL504. Again, slightly delayed departure. Should have departed around about 20 minutes ago. Slightly behind schedule. Taxiing in amongst all the other cargo. Taxiing past. We have this Icelandair 757 or Icelandair Cargo 757-200 registration Tango Foxtrot India Golf, arriving from Kefalonia as ICE 746. And then a rather full ramp on this occasion. Preparing for departure, we have this West Atlantic 737-800, the first 800 freighter, Golf November Papa Tango Alpha, doing a service from and to Belfast, operating the outbound as MPT-01 Bravo. Next up, we have a UPS 767-300 winglets, November 323 Uniform Papa is registration, operating as UPS 237. This is quite a lot of these schedules in the cargo sense are regular on a daily, so these will be repeated once we get to each stage part of this day as we go through the week. But obviously, where possible, models will rotate. Operates the inbound from Philadelphia and then heads out to Cologne in Germany. obviously we tend to have the UPS 747-400s and 747-8 freighters in the morning. They do services from Hong Kong and then head out to Cologne, whereas these do a run from Philadelphia to Cologne. And then next to that, one we've previously seen, which I think would have been alongside the Southern Air when that was positioned in. They have this Aerologic 777-200, registration Delta Alpha Alpha Lima Charlie, again arriving from Leipzig in Germany and heads out to Cincinnati in the US as BOX 110. So again, we'll just kind of pan back across, give you a general idea of the operations on this occasion. Quite a lot going on. Accommodating for, sort of bearing in mind there may be delays, there may be aircraft coming in early, all that kind of stuff. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, Sri Lankan Airlines is quite nice actually, because I've got like 3 models on rotation that are currently active in the 21-22 kind of period. So obviously previously featured was the Sri Lankan One World A330-200, and I think there's a normal scheme A330-200. Yeah, it will be A330-200 in the normal colours, like this 300 as well. So good rotation there. Again with the Qatars, in the evening schedules they tend to operate with the 777s, which we've got scheduled. Again, mix of 777-200s and 300s. Good to accommodate for them. I know previously I've said, oh no, Qatar will be featuring more on this left side, but with the base aircraft sort of positioning in already, it made more sense to accommodate for that side, because gates are vacant, and that's how things pan out sometimes. And again, I do structure things to accommodate for the update and schedule. So for instance, if that Ryanair might not have positioned in so early, the Qatar probably would have positioned this side, as we're now trying to accommodate more going forward. But again, hopefully you've enjoyed the update. Obviously, we'll just carry on into next weekend, which will be the final update for Tuesday. That I'll be looking towards around about 11:30 time slot. Which again, just to reiterate, that time of day, winter or summer, would be dark. But according to airport dates and what we're working with, it's going to be sort of seen as daylight. But we'll have a few aircraft coming back there, some of the based aircraft, and a little bit of more rotation as well with the cargo. I think the majority of these cargo movements will have departed by then, certainly. But there will be like another sector of cargo movements in the next update, and then obviously after that we'll transition to the Wednesday schedule. So again, thanks for watching, and hopefully you've enjoyed the update again, and see you next weekend.